I'm going to install Android Studio in my Ubuntu system. So how am I going to do it? Just I type Android Studio for Ubuntu 22 and I am taken directly to the Android developers page. Install Android Studio. So here it is the actual documentation provided by Android Studio, so we can use this. So here you have for Windows and for Mac as well as for Linux. So as the first step, there is instruction. Linux machines with ARM based CPUs aren't currently supported. So if you are having ARM based Ubuntu, then Android Studio is not supported. So how to check it out? So open your terminal and in the terminal you just type which bash and you get the location of your bash, and you have to use the command file slash what you get here. Okay, the same thing you have to type it here, slash bin slash bash, and I press enter. So here you can see I am having x86-64. It is not, my system is not ARM based system, it is x86-64 based system. So my system passed the first test. Next one is the second requirement is 64-bit Linux distribution is needed. So I have to check my OS. So for that I go to settings, and in the settings I select about at the bottom. So here I get the OS name, which is Ubuntu 22.04. Then I have the OS type as 64-bit. So 64-bit, my OS is a 64-bit. So again I passed the second requirement. The third is the RAM. So again I go to the settings. There I check for RAM is nothing but the memory, which is 12 GB in my system. Here the requirement minimum is 8 GB. So again I pass this one. Next is the CPU architecture, which is x86-64 CPU architecture. My system is already having it, like we tested in the terminal. So if you have any latest version of Intel, so you don't want to check this because obviously it will pass the test. Next requirement is disk space. Here the minimum requirement is 8 GB. In my case I have disk capacity as 500 GB. So again I pass this test. Next is the screen resolution, which is 1280 into 800. So I have to select displays here and I can see the resolution. It is 1366 cross 768. Here it should be 800. I have this. I think it's okay. Okay. So again I have finished checking my system for the eligibility of installing the Android Studio, and I pass in all these tests. Next is to install Android Studio, I have to download a zip file. So where is the zip file? At the top you have the zip file. You have to download the latest version of Android Studio. You click on it, you will be taken to this. So currently it is Koala and I have downloaded it. See, I have downloaded it earlier. Next you can also download it. Next I have to check some conditions like here. So here for a 64-bit version of Linux, first install the required libraries for 64-bit machines. So I just click on this. Next I select the first one. Next I go to my terminal and I paste the command and I give enter. It asks for the password. Okay, now yes, I give Y. Next, if you are using Fedora, you use this command. If it is Ubuntu, only this command is enough. Yes. So let me give extract once again. It's asking for the location where to extract. Let me give under Ansu. This is my home folder. There I am going to create one folder named softwares. Then I have created it and here I am going to extract. So the extraction is happening. Show the files. So under home, under softwares, I have my Android Studio. Inside that I have bin. So this is the part. For bin I need the location. Okay, so let me choose the location. copy. Next, let me go to terminal. Okay, and the terminal, let me I need to change the location, so let me give cd followed by the location. Okay, so now I am going to bin, cd bin. So inside the bin, in the document, they ask us to type /studio.sh. Let me show you where it is. One second. You can see studio.sh. Execute. So let me /studio.sh and let me press enter. So this is how it's work in the terminal. Do not import settings. Okay. So the Koala version of Android is getting installed and it's ready now. Let me click this. Okay, send. So as a next statement, they have given select whether you want to import previous Android Studio settings, then click OK. Complete the Android Studio setup wizard, which includes downloading the Android SDK components that are required for development. So now currently Android SDK is getting downloaded. Standard. Next, if you want to review any of the change settings, so here I am not going to do anything, just I'm going to next, I accept, next, finish. So it's downloading the components. So next what we can do is here is a tip they have given. To make Android Studio available in your list of applications, select Tools, Create Desktop Entry from the Android Studio menu bar. So once our Android Studio is get installed, let's choose from Tools, Create Desktop Entry. So we will get Android Studio in the desktop. Okay, let's check. So it's getting downloaded. So it's finished, it's done. Now I give finish. Okay, so now I select the tools, and under the tools I select create desktop entry. So you can create a desktop entry for easier starting. I give OK. Desktop entry created. Now let me close this Android Studio, and as you can see,